like the speed of sound. He can keep on the ground.
Hello girls, guys and gamers, it's Nicky here and we're back to doing yet another double bill of Broken Sword Shadow of the Templars. Okay, so we've had a hit and run scenario where Merlin pretty much ran away with the dude who had the gem, so we've got to figure out what the hell's going on there. We've pretty much done everything around the actual pub bar scenario, so let's check up here. Who are you?
Hi, do you speak English?
Well, no. What if I was to say no? An implication of cognizance shrouded in denial. A pretty poser of a paradox indeed.
I gave him the look I'd perfected when I was 12 and was going to be the greatest hypnotist of all time. It was a killer.
Are you attempting to hypnotize me, or is it the constipation you're suffering?
I was a little out of practice.
Alright, Lockman.
Tell me about the castle.
Not much, I'm sorry to say. Most of its history is long forgotten. But if these old stones could only speak, what stories they'd tell. Stories to make your toes curl and your blood run cold. You know, this castle is said to be over 600 years old.
Okie dokie.
Have you seen Professor Pegram?
No, he's packed up and gone.
Do you happen to know where?
Back in England, I suppose.
Did you see like a red Ferrari?
Did you happen to see a red sports car down on the road?
I caught a glimpse of a flash of red on the hill and heard the racket. Sure, it was an awful noise. A sports car, you say?
A Ferrari, to be exact.
Well, yeah, I was right.
A racing car. And what was it doing here? The poor fella must have been lost.
The driver of the Ferrari was involved in an accident.
Is that so?
Yeah, he knocked somebody down outside the bar.
What an idiot! How could a thing like that happen?
He was traveling too fast.
So fast, he ran right under the car.
I mean, the car was traveling too fast.
But you'd have thought the idiot could have heard it coming.
True.
Maybe you know the guy who was hit by the Ferrari. His name is Sean Fitzgerald.
Oh, I know him all right. That's me nephew. The idiot responsible for the stacking of my hay cart. Was he killed by the car?
Oh, no. But he has been abducted.
Well, that's a relief, though.
Alright,
Aren't you going to look for your nephew?
What for? From what you say, it's too late.
Well, you could report the matter to the police.
Better not. Besides, what could they do?
Well, they could mount a search.
They have only the one bicycle between them. In a question of superior acceleration, I put me money on the Ferrari.
I think you ought to know exactly what Sean has gotten himself into.
I'm not sure I want to know.
But you're his uncle. His own flesh and blood.
You're right, but what can I do? If I'm not here to guard it, some idiot might try to climb the haystack. What a moral dilemma. Stay here and guard this potentially lethal agricultural construction, or to go off in search of the prodigal nephew, the very man responsible for said hazard? It'd need some thinking about.
Why, there's no problem.
You're right. Why didn't I think of it before? We'll demolish the haystack.
no,
You don't have to demolish the haystack to go look for Sean. I'll stay here in your place and warn anyone who's silly enough to climb it.
Marvelous. I think I should start me inquiries in the bar.
He strode off in the direction of McDevitt's farm, leaving me to contemplate the stack of hay.
is it really climbable? Can we actually, can we do this?
The stack
Kinda.
of hay stopped, short of the top of the wall. Even if I stretched as far as I could, the wall was out of reach. What I needed was a slice or two of Alice's Wonderland.
Alright, what's this?
I pushed my fingers into the narrow crack. It went back several inches into the rock.
This is the only thing that's gonna be long enough. Let's try that. Boom! Straight away.
I inserted the end of the lifting key in the mortarless crack and gave it a firm shove. It remained lodged in the wall, jutting out to form a step.
Perfect. Okay.
I tugged at the lifting key and found it was held quite securely.
Okay, let's go. Okay, so what have we got now? We can go back up, we can go down. Let's try going down. Whoa! I keep going. What will that do? Oh!
The rope by which the goat was tethered had become tangled on the old plowshare.
Is there anything else? No, okay, so the poor little goat's now stuck. So where the hell are we? Let's look at our little journal here. Nope, that's way behind, that's way behind. So the ghost of Lockmont is no more than a fierce billy goat. For a moment I thought he was going to be incredibly awkward to get past, but but in the end it was surprisingly simple. Who would have known? Let's go for that. Okay, so what do we have? We've got something on the wall, we've got the wall itself, we've got a bag of... oh, we can pick that up, let's get that.
As I dipped my fingers into the soft white powder, I realized what it was.
Cocaine!
Plaster of Paris. I'd used it in kindergarten to make casts of animal paw prints.
Okay, can we get any more?
I reached into the sack, but it was empty.
Alright, let's look at the wall.
I placed my fingers and thumb into the holes in the wall. Nothing happened.
Alright. Oh, there's some little...
I tried in vain to move the panel.
Alright, what about this? Oh, was it? That was on the wall. Can we peel it off?
The statue was too heavy to lift. It overbalanced into the sand.
Better put it back then.
As I swung the stone upright, I noticed it had left a pattern of holes in the sand.
Is it seriously as simple as what I think it is? That in there.
I sprinkled the plaster on the sand until the holes were filled.
Alright, now we've got to actually make it moist. So what do we have? No, I doubt so. What's this? That's the beer mat, so it might have a little bit of moisture on it.
I squeezed the towel as hard as I could, but it was barely damp.
Alright, okay, I think we're gonna have to go back and find some way of doing this. Go. Down. Keep on going. Inside. Can we just get a glass of water and just
Excuse me.
dip it in it?
Sir? More beer over here.
I think you've had enough, don't you? I'm sorry, but the pump appears to be broken.
I can fix
Oh.
it for you.
I don't think so. This is a job for a professional electrician. Oh well, at least the glass washer is still working. It's not my idea, is it?
Okay, let's quickly just go over what we have.
I get.
Plaza Paris. We've got a picture of Merlin / Khan. We've got a clown's nose. We've got the tissue of grease paint. We've got the hand buzzer, which won't get us anywhere. The beer mat, which we stole from this guy, so that's not a good idea. That's not relevant to Ireland. We've got a card, that was Merlin's, and we've got this, which is the... God knows, it's just some piece of wire, I suppose.
It was a short piece of wire, twisted into a rough circle.
Okay.
It was the card I'd found in the hotel bedroom. It read, Thomas Merlin, Gruber Electronics Corporation.
Oh, wait a second. Whoa. Speak again.
Excuse me.
Yes, sir?
More beer over here.
I think you've had enough, don't you? I'm sorry, but the pump appears to be broken.
Okay.
It just so happens I'm an electrician. Check out my credentials.
Well, no. Isn't that marvellous? Here's the house bedeviled with faulty wiring of a wayward nature. Here's you, an electric man, with a little plastic card to prove it. I still want to see what you can do before I let you touch me beer pumps. You can make a start on the glass washer. When you finish that, will you take a look at the pumps?
Okay. So look at this glass cleaner thing.
I couldn't see anything obviously wrong with the machine. I figured it must be the wiring.
Alright, so let's look at the plug. Is it a fuse situation?
I used all my knowledge of electrical engineering to examine the plug.
Could we... It's dangerous, but can we do this?
I replaced the fuse with a piece of wire. I knew it was dangerous, but I was desperate enough to disregard everything I knew about standard safety precautions.
Yeah, that can catch a fire.
Mr. Leary, I fixed your glass washer, no problem.
Bingo! And a blessing to all the saints. A free half pint to that man, on the house. Now, could you take a look at the beer pumps?
Well, I guess so, but I'm not making any promises.
If you can't fix them, I'll have a riot on me hands.
The pumps are in the cellar, right?
That's right. You'll find a flashlight down there somewhere.
Yeah, so for everyone watching, do not do that with fuses. It can like cause a fire. Let's go back up.
I pushed the lever and heard the grating of metal, but nothing appeared to happen. I pulled the lever and the bolt creaked back into place.
Right.
I pushed the lever and heard the grating of metal, but nothing...
Oh, wait a second. Wait, go back up. Outside.
It was impossible to...
Alright, so... there we are.
I lifted the trap door and an overpowering smell of stale beer rose from the cellar below. I looked down on a stone-tiled floor, way too far to jump.
Holy crap.
Excuse me.
There was a nasty feeling in my guts I usually associated with light opera. It was Khan. What's the problem?
Did you see what happened here a few minutes ago?
What was that?
A man was involved in an unfortunate accident.
I didn't see anything.
What about the boy?
He doesn't know anything either. The kid, well, you know how it is in these rural communities. Not enough genes to go round. Prayed McGuire had the sense to keep his mouth shut. Was the guy hurt bad?
He's been taken care of, but he thinks he dropped a small parcel. You didn't happen to find it, did you?
If I had, I would have taken it to the police.
Of course. Thank you.
Holy crap, we've met Khan. I met Khan face to face. He came right up to me and asked me about the accident. He was looking for something. Fitzgerald must have had the gem in the package. Now all I need to do is find it. Okie dokie. Down we go. Now I'm hoping it's lit up the
Now I
area.
could see. I spotted Mr. Leary's flashlight easily. Then I noticed a flash of light. Something sparkling beneath the open trapdoor.
Oh, good thing you spotted that. I didn't.
It was Peagram's gem, all right. A large, uncut blue stone. I guess I was already under its spell.
Did you find it?
What?
Whatever you was looking for.
Yeah. Listen, McGuire. I want you to keep this to yourself.
No problemo. Just chuck us up a crate of lager.
No way. You're not old enough.
We can sell it and make some cash.
Forget it, kid. I couldn't betray Mr. Leary's trust.
I could, for sure. That old misery goods deserves it.
If you want to do me a favor, keep a lookout for that guy in the suit.
Okay. But it'll cost you a packet of chips.
Oh, and shout if you see that Ferrari.
Alright, what's going on here? Oh, no. Got it! Got the gem that goes with the tripod. Now I just have to figure out what to do with him. Alright, so I want the torch. Whoa.
The slow drip of water barely dampened the towel.
That doesn't sound like what we need. We need it to be drenched.
The faucet creaked, coughed, and spewed out a stream of rusty-colored water.
Lovely, but that's what we need. We need water.
I held the towel under the faucet and soaked it with water.
Perfect. We will close it off now.
I shut off the faucet as tight as I could, but it kept on dripping.
That's fine. We're just gonna say we were never here. We didn't even see the pumps, let's be honest. Up we go. I want to take that back with us. Okay, so beer mat in. Nope. Okay. Look at this. Beer mat on that. Lovely coloured water.
The trickle of water was quickly absorbed by the plaster.
How fast does this stuff dry? I've never had to use this stuff before.
I eased the solid piece of plaster from the sand. Underneath, it had formed a perfect copy of the statue.
Alright, so put that in that.
The hardened plaster cast fitted snugly into the 5 matching sockets. There was a soft thud, then silence.
Holy crap, wow, okay. Where does this take us? See, this is where a torch would come in handy, George. Should have taken the torch. Oh, you have. Oh, you did, okay. Okay, so we're back in Paris. What the hell's going on with Nico's journal? That's miles away. That's episode 1. 4, 5, 6, 7. Papa is the link to this whole business. Was he the real reason why Carchon asked me to meet him? That is not asked to meet me. I hope Job does come over, but this part of the story must remain my own terrible secret. Okay, so what was the last thing? I checked the messages actually, and Runga.
I had messages waiting to be played.
Okay.
You have 3 messages.
Hey, Collard, it's me, your favorite editor. Guess what? I'm gonna give you a second chance. I need somebody to write the TV column. Pays lousy, so what's new? If you're interested, drop by the office. In fact, drop by the office anyway. We have to talk, Nico. That story of yours I spiked. It won't go away. You've made some dangerous enemies out there.
Hey, Nico, it's your old pal. I mean, your new pal, George. Whoa, Ireland. It's a whole different country. And
Congrats.
I got some amazing news for you. Gem of a story, in fact. Gotta go. Yeah, fella here's got a drink lined up for me. See you tomorrow, Nico. Slonsha. Yep, only here for a day and I'm speaking the lingo like a local.
Mademoiselle Coulard, this is Imelda Carchon. I wanted to thank you for being so understanding come to lunch, why don't you? Tomorrow. I might have more news. There's a Monsieur Merlon coming to see me this evening. He says he knows why Pierre was murdered. In fact, he'll be here shortly. I shall let you know what he says. Goodbye, dear girl. Till tomorrow.
Merlin? My God. Merlin's the killer. I better get over there and warn her now. When it came to being two-faced, Imelda was up there with the best. I owed her nothing. But I couldn't just let her die.
Run!
I arrived to find the Palais Royal courtyard deserted. I only hoped that I'd beaten the assassin here. I had to warn Imelda before it was too late.
Okay, let's go inside then. General said, la 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 la. Nope. Okay, Imelda in danger. 3 messages on the arts machine. My editor very worried about the story. George called from Ireland drunk. And finally, Imelda Carchon. She said that a man called Merlin is visiting there for dinner tonight. That's Khan, the costume killer. She's in terrible danger. I have to go and warn her. Okay, let's go. Let's ring the old doorbell. Ding dong, let us in.
The intercom system wasn't working. Bad sign. Somebody had cut the wire.
Okay, the door's locked as well.
Locked? No way was I going to break through a door like that.
Okay, do you have... I think we could do some vandalism here. Bloody hell, that's a bit dangerous.
I unhooked the first wire. I released the second wire. Even with both wires removed, the statue remained upright.
That's a pretty cool statue then.
If I could deconstruct this, I could deconstruct anything.
Alright, let's go up.
The plastic sheet was thick and strong. I'd need more than my hands to tear it.
What do we have? What do we have? Let's use the elephant. That's pretty strong.
No. No.
Okay. The elephant would have worked, to be honest. Smash through there. Broken to Carshall's apartment. I make a great cat burglar. Not really.
My God, I'm too late.
Oh, okay, there she is.
Imelda. Oh no.
Nico?
Don't worry, you're going to be alright.
You know that isn't true.
It was Merlin, wasn't it?
Dressed as a cavalier. How absurd. You came to warn me, didn't you?
I must be crazy.
Let me see you, Nico.
All this time you were just using me. Which one is the real Imelda?
You are an extraordinary girl. Thierry would have been so proud of you.
You didn't know my father.
So like him. Something about the eyes. I wish we'd had time to get to know each other.
What the hell?
She cheated me, lied to me, used me. But why?
So now it's Imelda's turn to die. Another murder by the costume killer, Merlin Orcan, this time dressed as a cavalier. The police won't investigate, they'll just cover up as they have covered up all the other murders. Killings, murders, same thing.
Even in death, Imelda looked the same. Beautiful, inscrutable. The ice queen alone in her ice palace.
She looks a lot younger in death, actually. Okay, let's look at a pendant.
I opened it. Inside was a tiny gold key. I took the key. I had to leave. I knew I could never return.
Gold key, gold key, gold key. Wait a second. Look inside. This has a gold lock, if I remember rightly, which was too small for the...
The box was carved by my father. It never had a key. The elephant on the lid was a perfect match to Carchon's.
That's what made me think about it. She's Imelda Carchon. Carchon, the dude, he had the elephant, so she's got the key to it, hopefully.
The key. I couldn't believe it. Imelda's key opened my father's box. I dreaded what I was going to find inside. It was a photograph of Imelda. But why here? In my father's box. I felt as if a black hole had swallowed me up. Imelda and Carchon grinning. While behind them a village was being razed to the ground. Its people butchered. And there, next to them, staring out at me across the years, my own father. There was a letter. I feared there was even worse to come.
Bloody hell. Okay, this is getting very deep, very dark, very quickly. Wow.
Hotel St. George, Algiers, Friday. My darling Thierry, by the time you read this, you'll be safely out of Africa. You need not fear. Pierre and the organization do not know who you are really working for, or about us. Did you think I would betray you? I could not. You wanted me to leave him, but I don't have your courage. I know too much of what has been going on here. They would find me and they would kill us both. Enjoy your life in Paris, Thierry. Your life of honor, of patriotic duty. Do they give medals to spies? No, they'll just give you a phony job in an embassy somewhere. I could never share that with you. Imagine me, a diplomat's wife. So I must stay here with Pierre, the two of us bound together by what we have done to this country. Au revoir, my love. You will be in my heart until I die. Imelda.
Holy crap.
My father had been working undercover for the government. He was one of the good guys after all. He and Imelda must have fallen in love. She'd found out who he really was, so he had to leave. It had broken her heart, but she had never revealed it to anyone. I knew I couldn't either. Whatever he was doing, he'd had good reason to keep it secret. I decided I would respect that and tell nobody.
Okay.
I knew it was George. For a moment I was tempted to pretend that I was out, or ask him to go away and come back later. But then... Come in.
Hello, George. So, where did you stay last night?
At McDevitt's. I got to drinking with Doyle and a couple of the guys.
That explains why you look so ill today. Did you get any sleep at all?
Not much. I had to share the room with another guy.
Did it snow?
Hardly. He was dead.
And you say Pegram has disappeared?
Without a trace. But my visit wasn't a complete waste of time.
Oopa!
Pegram's gem?
The Templar's gem. Whoever Jacques Marquet is, he's in for a disappointment.
Jacques Marquet?
He's the guy who should have collected the gem from Fitzgerald.
What are your plans?
I want to find out who, what, or where Montfaucon was. All I've got to go by is the name and a picture of a hanged man. I can't sit here all day, much as I'd like to.
Okay. Don't forget to look for Lobineau at the Kron Museum. And why don't you see if Rousseau have anything?
Okay. Anything else I can do for you while I'm out? Shopping, a trip to the laundromat?
Just take care of yourself.
I so much wanted to talk to George about everything that had happened, but I knew I never could. My father's connection to Africa would have to remain a secret forever. His bravery would be known only to the government, and to me. Revealing it would just damage his memory. People would take the story and twist it. Before long, he would be the villain and Carchon would be the hero. I know how they do that. I'm a journalist.
Well, I think we can leave it there for this week. Well, this has been a massive episode. So much stuff has happened. We got the Pilgrim's Gem, aka the Templar's Gem. We came face to face with Khan. We did a little bit in Ireland that came across a weird, like, mural painting thingy with a hangman. Came back, plays Nico. She pretty much found out that the two Carchons and her dad are linked. Not somehow, they are linked. He was a spy, and Imelda Carchon fell in love with him, and due to that, he was pretty much exposed as being as a spy to her, and for that reason he had to leave, and she pretty much left heartbroken. That's why she is technically the Ice Queen. She didn't really love the guy she was with. She just ended up being a politician's wife. So a very sad episode for her. Nico, George got drunk, so yay. But yeah, next episode, God knows what's going to happen. But apparently we're going to go towards this museum thingy and see what's going on there. And maybe we can actually uncover what the hell's going on in the actual broad scheme of the Templar's treasure. But thanks for watching this episode, guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.